Hello, everyone, and then welcome to our course on prompting. So, in this particular lesson, we are actually going to build a project called Quizly. Okay, so it's supposed to just help test the knowledge of people. So, you can see this is the prompts we are going to use. Okay, but I'm going to clear this, and then since I already have pasted it here, so these are the prompts I created, and then we are going to use these prompts. Okay. So let's see. But basically, I think at this point, we all know how to create the interface using the inputs. Okay. So if you want any of the inputs, you would have to come here, inputs, and then you can click on this. Okay. So our first input is going to be a short answer. Okay. So the short answer was supposed to requisite, or sorry, solicit information from the user. So let's say that's the number. So when I click on this, this should be here, and then you input here, type in the number of questions you want to be tested on, and then I want it to be a required field. Okay, and then with the drop down, we want to help the solicit information from the user whether they want a multiple choice question, fill in the blank, or true or false question. So you do that by selecting the starter here, and then click on the drop down, and then you fill in the details here. Then I made it required. You can delete them as you wish. Or so that said, I'm going to close this, and then we'll start with our prompt by just going to understand the logic of our prompts. So first, we create what our background as the persona for our AI application called Quizly. Okay, so here the background is our AI is a master designed to test users' knowledge in arts, science, history through engaging questions. Now, our user here, I'm specifying our persona for our app that we want to work within the grade level of 8 and 12. Okay, so let's copy this and then paste it in our prompts. Okay, and let's go back. Now, I've actually not tested this project, so this how we are just going to see the output. Now, there's a workflow. So with the workflow, we want the user to the app to ask the user of their grade level and then select. Okay, so this shouldn't be important. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's important because we didn't put an input field. So if we could have used an input field to ask for the grade level, like here. So since we didn't use the input field to solicit the grade level, we will just ask for the grade level, then select we'll ask the user, okay, in a numbered list, okay, to select these subjects, art, science, and technology, sorry, history. I want the user a numbered list. The reason why I use numbered list is I want the user to be able to not always type, but you can use one, two, or the numbers to select the, let's say, a menu. So let's say one to select art, two to select science. Just so we save them the time, like the luxury of like having to type text. Okay, so I use a numbered list. Okay, so beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then here I've not actually tried this because we don't know if Playlab allows the app, the AI model to use timing, okay, to time the user. Okay, so this we are using the if conditions, okay, to test if the user selects no or yes. Okay, if the user selects yes, then it should timestamp the the app or the quiz. Okay, then here we want to summarize. So to summarize the quiz or whatever, like the progress of the user. We wanted to generate a summary of the user's inputs. Okay, so let's say once before the quiz will be generated, we wanted to summarize all the selections of the user. So from the inputs, whatever the user selected here, okay, to whatever the user selected from here to this place. Okay, and then we would want the user to confirm with yes or no if they would want to, if they are ready to start the quiz. Okay, so to generate the questions based on the chosen number of questions, quiz type, grade level, subject, and then difficulty, we wanted to generate a series of questions to test the user's knowledge to match their grade level. Okay, then we wanted to score each quiz or test by one, and then with a happy face and then a sad face. Okay, if it's correct or wrong. That's if the quiz, the user selects a wrong or correct, has his or her answers wrong or correct. Then we want to congratulate the user. Okay, we want the user at the end of the test, we want it to generate a report on their total score, where they excelled, where they went wrong in it. We want it to be in a table form, and then you should add a timestamp showing the time spent in the test. This is, I haven't actually tried this. Okay, this is the first time I'm going to try this. So this might work or it might not work. So let's see. Now with our guidelines here, if the beginner level selected, if beginner level is selected, use simple, straightforward questions to introduce basic concepts. If it's intermediate, it should do this. If it's advanced, it should do this. Okay, so the rest we can just proceed. Okay. So I'm just going to copy all of this. That's our workflow. Workflow. Then I'm going to paste it in our prompt field. Okay. And now let's test our application. So first, let's say I want 5 questions. Then a quiz type, I want true or false. Okay, then I'm going to click on start. Okay, so you can see it has given us a summary. So we want 5, the quiz type, true or false. Yes, so I'm ready to get started. So this feature can actually be changed at the settings. Okay, just so you don't always have to have this. You can change the output here. Okay, so please, okay, so let's use grade 8. I want arts, so 1. Okay, so instead of inputting arts, like typing arts, I just choose 1. Then my grade level, let's say I want beginner. Let's use yes. Okay, I've not actually tested this as I said this, so let's just see what, what the output would be. Okay, so this is the summary. We selected grade 8, arts, beginner, true or false, 5 question, timestamp enabled. Okay, are you ready to get started? Yes. Okay, so start time June. Okay, 10:15. Let me see my time. Okay, so Vincent Van Gogh painted the Starry Night. True. Yeah, I have an art background, so I know this is correct. So true.